We're live.
Okay.
All right. I will call the meeting to order. And first up is approval of the minutes from the May 27th, 2026 meeting.
I make a motion to approve minutes from May the 27th, 2026. I'll second.
Okay. Any questions or corrections? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
I wasn't here.
Okay. All right. Motion passed. All right, next up is financial matters. We've been presented with the fund report previously, and then no questions on that. We'll have approval of the claims.
I'll make a motion to approve the claims as presented.
I'll second it.
Any questions on those? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? All right. Motion passed. And then next up is President's report. The only update that I have basically is that the York Woods project, all the closings went as expected and finished up and finalized that were to be done last week. And that's the transfer of the property and the approval of the bonds and the closing of the bonds. So all that went as expected and in full force. Any comments, Scott, from DC on that?
I was in Florida when the closing occurred, so I'm glad the team was able to rally and pull things together. We're very excited to get started. We should have a final set of plans in our hands any day now, and be ready to pull the trigger starting in July.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, that's about all I have, all I've been involved with the last month. So next up is committee reports. I don't know that so Stacy's not here, and Stacy obviously will be, has turned in her resignation, so she will be stepping down. So with that, do we have someone who is going to want to take her spot on that events committee, or anybody have any thoughts on that?
I will. At least until we can put a team, an active team, follow up with, she
had an active team.
has an active team and she had plans. It's just that I'm not part of that.
Mhm.
So if I'm going to step in, and I had offered to help, so I know part of what she was planning to do.
Okay.
So, if you just need
Well,
someone
I
to
would help.
transition, that's fine, and otherwise if there's somebody
Maybe
on
a
the team.
communicator.
Yes, exactly, but my point was, even to her, was if one of the team members wants to step up and take the lead,
The
that's
lead.
perfectly
Yeah.
fine with me, but I'll help
Right.
be the liaison back and forth since she won't be here anymore. If
Yeah.
it's okay for the present time,
Do some sort of organization with it and that.
something.
And hopefully someone would volunteer to do that, and then you could help communicate
Sure.
that, or obviously they could show up to meetings too.
Right, I'm fine with that.
They were meeting virtual, weren't they?
That's it, I wasn't part of that.
I
She
think
just-
they were.
She shared with me some of the plans a long time ago, and when we were putting it all together. I just don't know what happened since then, so I would have to catch up with all of that
Okay.
and try to pull everybody back together, but I'm willing to transition in. That's what we need.
Good deal. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, so we shall move on to old business. Do I have any old business? Jeremy, do you have any updates for us?
I just have a couple things, nothing too big. So with the PER that we created a few years ago, we were previously looking at going through RD, rural development for funding on that. That included having to get some environmental studies done. That did not happen. And at this time, we were looking at going SRF. I think it might be better for the city to go SRF funding. So we are currently having to revise our PER and also work with Baker Tilly on an asset management plan to get that together. We'll move forward with the SRF funding This is required, the PER and stuff is required because we do have an item of reorder that we need to start making some headway on. So we're continuing down that road. The other item is lift station number 10. I met with Chris O'Neill out there. We did a drawdown to confirm the capacity at lift station number 10, which is off York Road in Spicer County for possible future development. It does look like there may need to be some upgrades out there at that station if a development is to come out there. So I'll work with Chris O'Neill and Chris Fugate, and we'll come up with some, what that would take to upgrade that system. So I think that's the only two items I have.
Okay. Good deal. All right. Anything going on Meadowbrook or anything? Or is that, okay.
No.
All right. Any other old business? All right. So under new business, we have review proposals for redevelopment of 85 East Main Street. We had put out a RFP for ideas, which is also known as the Old Methodist Church. And the expiration of that was Friday, and there were no proposals received. So we had interest, we had people express interest, kind of one of the reasons why we opened it up, but yet there was no proposals submitted. There was still some inquiries. So one person mentioned about not having enough time to put something together because they just found out about last minute. I don't know if something's gonna come of that or not, but if something follows up, then we'll take it from there. So if, one of the question here, so if someone does express interest after the fact, for whatever reason, do we go through this process again, do you think, or?
That would be my recommendation, yeah, to make it, I guess, fair to anyone else that may want to
Okay.
submit.
Okay. So we'll see. Yeah, it's kind of disappointing. We have other properties too, would like to pursue other ideas with, but, hopefully we can get some interest. Maybe just people just missed out on seeing it. And so if, if there are people interested, please reach out. We're looking for ideas.
And I saw from, the Extol group, I mean, it was quite a bit shared on the Facebook and the cities,
Yeah.
I was impressed
And
with that.
individually shared. I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
I feel like the work got out.
it was nicely done, I thought.
How much land goes with that besides the church?
Just that one parcel, as far as what we included in the proposal. Now, we do own other parcels around it. But that was,
We were gonna include that one parcel on Coffee Pot with the pool in the backyard as well.
Yeah. Do that.
I mean, but to your question, all that could be considered. But we were looking at that one, if there was a project that would enhance that church building and, the project that would go in there could include the rest of the parcels that go with what we have, we would entertain that. But the proposal included just that one parcel with the church building. So, yeah, but we do own the land, the vacant land around it. So, all right. Any other new business?
Roger, you wanna mention that tree situation?
Yeah, I don't know if that was in your claims or not.
Oh, yeah.
Chris wanted me to bring up the trees in the park, see if we get some assistance on that, and then the budget, not budgeted for that kind of damage.
Right. So, sure y'all know about the trees that were down from our storm last week at the park, significant number of them. So they the city put out bids for the cleanup work because it was too many things for the city to be able to handle themselves. And it looks like the scope of work included 14 trees that have been fallen or uprooted and 10 trees with tops that have been broken out and need to be removed, including the trunks. And leaning trees. And then there was an optional item for another tree on the walking trail. There's just a large tree that I think has become an
There's two
issue.
large trees on the east side of the walking trail, though, that one's been pretty bad for a long time.
Yeah.
They're dangerous.
Yeah.
So that's included in that, and another tree right beside it.
So they put out bids for that. I think you had like 5 responders or 6 possibly. And has this been decided upon?
Yeah,
I think a little bitter.
a little bitter.
Who made it?
The loader, it was all.
Within conversation, we had, we decided to just go with a little bitter. He's done work for us in the past.
Okay. And so that would be number 3, Craig Bell.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay. So that included all the work that was listed on the scope of work, including the optional trees, and and so that amount was $9,500. And so you're asking for assistance from us to cover that, correct, for the park?
Yes.
Okay.
And that also includes, finish product, if he tears the yard, if he fixes it, he sees it.
Okay.
It's gonna cut some more trees off, pretty close to the ground, leave the stump.
So it's basically asked of us is $9,500, the full amount, right?
Correct.
And that doesn't say, I'm sorry, I missed it, but it is putting the ground back to where they can just mow around it, the city doesn't have to do any more work,
See the straw and maybe just,
everything will be done for them.
put it on office, trees, compared to a lot of the other things along here.
Yeah.
Yeah, they buried it. Okay.
We don't.
Okay, listen.
Any motions?
I'll make a motion to accept the bid, the lowest bid offered.
I'll second.
Okay. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? All right, motion passed. We shall cover the $9,500 for the tree cleanup at the park. What about the backstop of that field 6? Where the bleachers had blown up on it. Was that damaged at all, or is that okay?
Damaged,
Okay,
they just hooked the bleachers on the top of the fence.
okay, good. Yeah, I was curious about that. All right,
I'll have to look at it closer, but I wasn't up to walking back here, but Shane never mentioned it being tore up.
okay, good. All right. Any other new business? Any other business?
Gary, you have anything? You want to say anything?
I was just curious about the redevelopment proposals on the United Methodist Church.
Gotcha.
All right. Hearing none, is everybody good with the next meeting date? Anybody?
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, are you
22nd?
okay with the next meeting day? Mm-hmm.
22nd at noon?
Yeah.
Listen, now,
8:05.
Yeah, there you
for
go.
a day.
That's for me.
If you can get the hour done
Yeah.
in a reasonable amount of time. All right. Entertain motion to adjourn?
Motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passed.
I'm
I
afraid
was not know if this meeting got into this short.